A very good evening to all of you. I know there are a lot of thoughts which are going in your mind right now. So, here I am back again to help you in some or the other way to sort those thoughts. So, yes, first thing first. If you ask me, how was the paper? So, it was difficult. As against many who are claiming it to be easy, doable, and lot many other things, because it is easy to analyze the paper once you are outside the examination hall. But when you are inside, you are on the exam, you realized it's altogether a different ball game. So, my personal opinion, it was a difficult paper, if not in terms of the nature of questions which were asked, but definitely in terms of the ability of the students to attempt those questions. And there are different reasons for that. One, we all know the paper was unconventional. It was not on expected lines at all. Not the questions, but yes, the options which were being provided to us. Second, everyone is making a meme out of it. That is, the elimination techniques were totally eliminated this year from UPSC examination. So, yes, that was another shock for many of us. The third thing, which nowadays UPSC is doing it on a very regular basis, that is, there were certain questions where more than one option seems to be correct. So there was confusion among the students. So although they might be knowing the question, but when it comes down to attempting the question with certainty, there would have been confusion, because there are a lot many things which are at stake when you are inside the examination hall. Then yes, assertion reasoning questions are back after a very long period of time, which obviously many of you would not have been expecting. So overall, if the level of the question was not difficult, but the level of attempting the question was definitely on the difficult side. But yes, the intent of this video is not to analyze the paper, because that have been done and would be done by different platforms on a very regular basis until and unless the result is out. There are different keys which have been put forward by different platforms. There are different cutoffs which have been put by different platforms. So this video is not for that at all. This video is to help you decide now what. Because one thing I genuinely believe in, that what decision you make today is going to determine the direction of your destiny. So today we have to decide that how we are going to proceed in the coming days. See, whosoever is listening to this video, one thing is for sure, that we are falling into different categories. One, there might be some who are absolutely sure that they are clearing. Congratulations. Awesome attempt. There is second category, which is majority of us, who are still not sure, because it will all depend upon that what is the ultimate cutoff, because they are the borderline case. Third is the category, unfortunately, those students who know that they are not making it this year. And fourth is the category of the students who have not written prelims this year. So each one of you who's listening to this video is falling in either of these four categories. But one thing remains common. That is the course of action for all of you in the coming days. See, the only difference would be in the pace at which you would be proceeding. So let me just clarify what I mean. What I mean is that if you are falling in the first two categories, that is, you are sure or you are a borderline case. In that situation, you have to focus on main specific topic, that is your optional, ethics, society, governance, etc. And you should have a target that before the result is out, that is in next 20 days, at least half of your optional and at least section A or section B, whichever suits you, of ethics paper is prepared. Okay? So that should be the criteria for the first two category of the student. But if we fall in third and the fourth category, again, you will be following the same strategy. You would be preparing main specific topics, that is, ethics, governance, society, optional. But the only difference is at the pace at which you are preparing. You would be studying more in detail, you would be covering more resources, you would be stretching your preparation till the time of October and November. Okay? So the only difference would be at the pace. And obviously, I'll make a detailed video on what should be a detailed strategy. But what I'm trying to tell you is do not waste your time. Do not waste your time thinking about or matching your answers from various keys or hovering various cutoffs. And uska ek reason hai that you cannot, on none of the platform with certainty can say that their key is absolutely correct. One. And second, they cannot absolutely with certainty predict that what would be the cutoff, right? So एक broad outline आपको मिल सकती है, but they cannot guarantee that whether you would be in the list or not. So let's not waste our time. Let's quickly start, because at the end of it, if not this year, then you're writing mains next year or in coming years. So ultimately, the objective is to write mains, and that can only happen when you're prepared for it. Okay? So do not waste your time. And why am I saying this again and again? Because I really want to share this one personal anecdote with you. I still remember it was my third attempt. And at that point of time, obviously, the paper, the GS and the CSAT paper, and the CSAT was not qualifying. The marks used to be added. So overall, 400 marks used to be there. And mostly the cutoff used to be 200 plus, right? So I gave my exam. It was not that bad. But yes, obviously, I checked my answers from various keys of different institutes and platforms. And I remember my cutoff was coming around 185, 187, my marks. So I knew with certainty that I'm not clearing. Obviously, 185, 187, I just can't make it. It has to be above 200 in any which case. So I was dejected and all that stuff. But then obviously I indulged myself into other things. And because I knew that I'm not writing this year's pre, ab agle saal dekha jayega. This year's mains, agle saal dekhenge. But then result came. And to my shock, I cleared. And I was so taken aback that can you just understand my dilemma at that point of time? I should feel happy, right? That you've cleared your prelims, you're again writing your mains, this is an opportunity to be in the list. No, I was not happy. I was so frustrated with myself that I wasted more than a month. And now I am much behind those people who have already kickstarted their preparation 1 month back. And thinking about that how will I match up to their pace of preparation, I wasted another 2-3 days. And obviously what happened later is some other story which I'll discuss in some other video. But all I'm just trying to tell you is that these keys, these cutoffs are not something which is the ultimate truth. UPSC has its own key. UPSC comes up with the altogether a different cutoff, and you never know when you are in the list, right? So till the time the result is not out, and if you think you're a borderline case or you're not sure that what would be the cutoff, in general, I would say if you're hovering around 75 also, please start preparing. You never know whether your name is in the list or not, right? Do not waste these crucial 20 days. This is like make or break situation. The one who makes best possible utilization of these 20-25 days before the result are the one who makes difference ultimately in the mains examination. And there is one heartfelt request on a personal level. Do not commit the mistakes which I did during my attempt. Please don't do that. और फिर कहते हैं ना, जैसे संत कबीरदास जी ने कहा है, काल करे सो आज करे सो अब, पल में परले होएगी, बहुरी करेगा कब. So on this note, wish you all the very best.